Welcome to Business Vibrations Podcast. My name is Sam. I'm a media and branding strategist. Good morning.
And my name's Jay Garner. I am an author and co-founder for Vibe 7 Studios along with Sam. And Business Vibrations is 7 minutes of morning inspiration for creative entrepreneurs like us. And today we are talking about lessons learned, mixing business and pleasure.
Cringing.
Yes, it was one of our first tough lessons that we learned when we started this business. I think everybody knows that mixing business with pleasure or working with friends or family or people is a dangerous game with business. And, we learned our lesson the hard way because our first business associate that we had almost completely destroyed the studio before we even had a chance to begin. And that was a rough learning experience. It was disheartening. It was scary, quite frankly. But, we overcame. And at that point, the contract was signed. So we had there was nothing to do but overcome. But, I just hope that sharing our story or a bit of our story will help people, not make the same mistake, And, I have always been the type, and I think you as well.
Ooh.
We've always worked with people we know. Yeah. It's a comfort thing, but also both of us are the type where we believe I rise, you rise.
Right.
If I'm making moves, you're coming along to make moves too. What can I help you grow? What exposure can I give you? Like, we are in this together,
It's a village. It's like we're building that tribe. And for me, it's like I see something in you that I actually lack. So, hey, help me, scratch my back, help me, and I'll help you. This was embarrassing. Stop laughing. I think for me, the most thing, and I'm not going to say I think, was that it was like, God was like, you need to learn this now. You have to learn this now. This is one thing that you guys suffer from. Because things come to light that you tend to not drown out and you don't tend to focus on. And it's like a sword, the elephant in the room. And that's always been a reoccurring thing for both of us. Mm-hmm. But we didn't learn until now, coming together. It was clear, and it's literally, I'm not doing it again this way. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think working with people just because you are comfortable with them ultimately stunts your business growth. They might get a temporary rise from collaborating, and we might get a temporary need filled. We might get, a couple of bucks for the month, or we might, meet someone maybe we didn't meet before. But at the end of the day, the risk for destruction is just so much higher.
Right.
And, the little burst of positivity you get isn't worth the long-term issues, because we are still dealing with this problem today, and it's a pain in the butt that we have to deal with this.
It is.
Every month there's legal documents and
it is
all types of stuff that we didn't even need to deal with, because if we had known about, if we had just not done this way in the beginning, then it would have changed how we run things right now. But it all worked out in the end. But it did cause a major setback because, there are certain aspects of our business that are not met yet because of this. Mm-hmm. And all we had to do was work with people that saw the vision and were committed to the vision like we were. Yeah. And we wouldn't have had to make accommodations for the lack of because of that partnership. But go ahead.
No, it definitely put us back a little.
It did.
It pulled us back because we were flying and we were running, we had it all set up, which is fine. It happens. But it was that yank was on the floor.
That was a yank.
It was
that was a yank.
It's on the floor. And I think for us to describe it is that I wish that he would have just said, hey, I actually can't do this. But it was like the playing the role of just leading us on. It was like a bad date.
And we wanted them so badly. I was like,
we were
once
willing
you
to stay to it.
Yeah, I was like, once you see the space, you are going to love it. You're going to believe in it. You're going to see how it can work for you as well. And we are going to work on your vision as well. And we even had meetings like, what is your vision and how can we achieve this?
Because we knew that, because even before you met him, we knew literally that this was what we needed to close out this multimedia branding business. It was like everybody in here. But the one thing I'll say is about that, I know I kind of cut you off a little bit, my bad. But I got a little excited.
I think we're just still in our feelings about it.
We never can. We're actually nervous because the one thing about me in business is I don't ever air my, like, there's nothing that, like, I have close friends and you're one of them that I will go through my areas of issues with. And so when that friend goes away, you're like, what the hell? But the one thing, can we say hell on here?
We did.
Okay. Is that bad?
It's fine.
Okay, sorry guys. Good morning. But the one thing is that's scary is that you tend to question who you are. You feel doubt. You're like, am I wrong? I literally was so afraid because my friendship and, you know, the relationship I had before is never the same. And what made it crazy was like, we're all friends. Like, and my friend, you're his friend, and it's like, what do we do? And at this moment, it actually forced me to put my big girl panties on and be like, hey, so you have to do what's responsible. You said that, because I have to honor your commitment with you. And so it was like, this is happening. And so I say embarrassing because it all came to the light so fast. And it was like, can we afford to do this right? Why is this happening right now?
And it just made us doubt, like, am I like the sound business person that I've been telling everyone I am for the last decade? Like, but no, I mean, these mistakes happens, these failures happens, deals fall through. It's part of the business. But because it was a friend, it was personal and it was emotional. And if it was a stranger or an acquaintance or someone we met at a networking event, we wouldn't react to it this way. It'd be like, hey, a deal just fell through, but we still got to see him. So,
oh my gosh, you know what's crazy? If you say that, the word pride is still here, like the ego. And so it's like, I thought it was my ego. Like I even tried to fix it. Like they're like, whatever, it's you guys. And that's like, wow, it's sad.
It's emotional, sad, depressing, embarrassing. All those are emotions.
Like, and you just brought that out of me. I actually have, tried. And I was like, Dad, I'm still questioning. This is where I actually was like, am I being authentic to who I am? Like you said it, I'm like, am I a bad business person? Am I a good friend? Like you start wondering about things. And so what would you say the biggest lesson you learned from this? Because I had to tell you, and that sucked because it wasn't like I could hide it from you.
You were harder on yourself than I was on you. But I mean, the biggest thing, and this all sounds like a negative, situation, but not all partnerships are bad. Not all, like, you and I have known each other for 10 years. We are close friends, and this partnership is working.
Yeah.
And it's working amazingly. So, I'm not saying don't ever get in business with someone but be honest about who that person is. And you and I can have those honest talks and we don't BS each other. And I can be like, hey, I'm not doing anything this week because I don't know. I don't want to do anything this week. Yeah. But this guy, he wouldn't say anything and just disappear for 3 months. So it's completely different, but just make sure the person you are partnering with, them, you can have honest conversations with them. They see your vision, they believe in your vision, and like I knew you were going to work on this vision just as hard as I was.
That means everything. Thank you. And the same thing for you.
Thank you.
I got my moments where I'm like, am I good enough? Am I doing
We got this.
But we do. You are the yin to my yang. And I think that's what you just got to find that. You have to find that yin to your yang or the yang to your yin. Because the thing about it is it does work. You're so right. It does. Because I have other friends that I work with throughout the years. We don't do everything together, but we dance a little and then pull out.
Because you're honest, like, I know what they're going to do, and they work within the scope of what.
Their strengths and so forth. So I do say that. So the one thing I'll say is that I did, like, journal this time. This episode made me journal. And so I'm going to just give a little snippet of what I got from it after I questioned my authenticity. You ready? So the biggest lesson is that to this day, I do not believe that there's an issue with mixing business and pleasure. I believe it's who you invite to come to your party. Are they a guest? Are they here to dedicate and bring value to make sure that the event is successful? Mm-hmm. And that is my metaphor way of saying I actually found peace in that. And it was amazing because here we are, we're still pushing forward despite that.
And I think that could be our quote for the day. Like, when mixing business with pleasure, it is, you can invite someone to the party, but some people are just guests, and it's okay.
Well, look, I got the quote for the day. Thank you.
That's a good way to end it.
That's a good vibration.
It is. Everyone have a lovely day. And if you want more about that topic, check out the Vibe 7 on Medium.